Good morning, welcome to Hunky Dory TV. My name's Amy Wilkes and I'll be presenting the show today. Happy Wednesday. I did have to think for a minute then what day it was. Joining me today we've got the lovely Jess. Morning, Jess.
Good morning.
Are you okay?
Yeah, good.
Jolly good. And in the demonstration corner we've got Natalie.
I've come in substitute for the day. Our cat's ill, but I'm ready to go. I am ready to go.
And what a good substitution.
I know, I think so. Out of everyone, Raring for a good time.
I think, yeah.
Normally going to cause chaos.
Well, you know,
I'm here. I'm ready.
That's what we like, isn't it? So, to carry on our birthday celebrations, we've got our gorgeous, beautiful background moonstone panels. So there's 3 new designs that create 3 gorgeous backgrounds in minutes, and that's the lovely thing about dies, isn't it? They're so quick and easy to use. But don't forget, our 16th birthday continues this week, but it does end, sadly, at midnight on Sunday the 22nd of September. But let you into a little secret, we've got some exciting things next week,
we have
haven't
some
we?
very cool things
Very nice things next week to celebrate as well. So don't forget, you can still get your double reward points. So it's 2 points for every £1 that you spend in the club, and 4 points for every £1 if you are a Diamond Club member. You also get bonus reward points on new products. So there's up to 300 bonus points on some of the brand new launches.
Ooh.
Which is brilliant, and also exclusive offers, so make sure you check out our website and have a look at those. But firstly, let's have a look at our Win It Weekly.
Oh no.
Sorry. Are we back?
Are we back?
I think we had a mic issue. We're back. So this is the Win It Weekly prize. So 2 lucky winners worth £59.96. So first up, you've got the presents and bows, these gorgeous dies. You can see the size of them there with all the different bows you can add to them. You've also got the balloons. You can see how you can work those with your sort of paper piecing as well. You also get the gorgeous alphabet banners, and you can see, look at all of those.
Isn't it?
I just love any card that's personalised as well.
Me too.
It just makes it look like you've put that extra thought into it, doesn't it? So you can personalise it with names and also sentiments as well. And then along with that, you're going to get our Moonstone Hunky Dory guide to die cutting.
This is a really good thing to have on the show today as well.
I know.
There's so many things that you can transfer from that book to these dies.
Yeah. And like, we still use these books, don't we, to go through, you know, and you think, oh, what can we do now? You know, have a look at these, keep them on your desk and keep looking at them. So to like, share and comment with the answer to the following question: what year was the first candy machine invented? Was it A, 1876, was it B, 1887, or was it C, 1901?
Which one?
I don't know the answer to that one. So if you know, please like, share, comment with your answer to that question. So products on the show today are our gorgeous moonstone dies. Look at these. I'm just such a fan of moonstone dies.
They are really cool as well, these ones.
So they're called the Beautiful Background Panels collection. So you're getting 3 different backgrounds dies, and you're also getting your 200 bonus points as well when you buy these. £36.97 or £33.27 if you are in the Diamond Club. So first of all, we got the Sunbeams background panel.
Love that one.
And you can see how, you know, just using those sentiments and maybe paper piecing it, and you can just see the size of them they're going to make. That's your 6x4 card, isn't it? Your card front.
You are pretty much ready to go.
But you could die cut this and add it onto acetate and colour behind it. Just paper piece a few of the sections into it.
I like the idea of like having some sections as shakers as well. So not all the sections, but just like using your thin strips and then having like alternate sections and like different coloured like sequins. I think that would look really cool.
Yeah, you could do like a rainbow, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to do that now.
I know.
So that is your Sunbeams background panel. You've also got your kaleidoscope. Look at that, and it's been done. The backgrounds, it's been die cut from your white cardstock, and then the background sort of using your inks. Again, the size of the dies. Just look at that,
huge. I think this one has a lot of fussy cutting capabilities too. We're going to experiment with that a little bit later.
Definitely, and I've seen a lot of cards where it's been used twice.
Yeah, doubled up.
Yeah.
Because you can tile a lot of these dies and they look fabulous.
So you can cut them down, fussy cut into them, or extend them and add 2 onto your card front. Again, with dies, you can make any size cards, any sort of shape of cards as well with these. And then lastly, we've got the gorgeous crackled background. So think of all the different ways you could use this.
Really cool. And you will have, honestly, I'm going to show you, you will have so much in your stash that you can use the specific die with.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I mean, it could even be like an egg all crackled, couldn't it, with our sort of dinosaur collections. It could be sort of paving stones as well. Again, you can paper piece it, so you could do it sort of a rainbow effect from top to bottom, or ombre effect as well. Just gorgeous. So all 3 of those for $36.97. You can also buy them individually. They are $14.99 or 2 for $24.98. So it's each one is $14.99. If you want 2, it's $24.98. If you want all 3, you save £8 and it's £36.97. Just gorgeous. Let's have a look at some of the samples. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
To see how they've been used.
You can really be inspired by what's been made here.
Look at that.
But this is how you can really make just simple cards, popping it on a sheet, and then just add in gorgeous backgrounds from the duo designs.
I think, is that the duo designs in the background?
Yeah.
Then it's been cut from black adorable scoreable, put onto acetate. So here's the acetate, and then that gorgeous, the craft wire for the heart.
So good.
Just gorgeous. Again, you could turn that into a shaker, couldn't you?
Yeah,
with the acetate being put onto it.
This is cool.
I love the colours on this one.
It's such a great way of like just utilising like colour blocks as well.
Yeah, and your scraps, isn't it? This one's been made using just strips of your paper or cardstock.
But it does look so different from all the others.
And then just using your parchment or vellum to put your sentiment onto. But again, just gorgeous and suitable for any occasion, aren't they, these?
100%.
Whatever sentiment you put on there.
Love
Look at this one with the craft card as well.
You can get really into these cards with like your inks and your colours if you want to. You can be really plain with sort of like just adding them over duo designs or pattern papers.
Yeah.
They're very useful dies. You are going to use them with a lot of different things, I think.
Yeah, and I was saying yesterday when I was on Hobby Maker, sometimes, you know, when you're not sure what hobbies or interests a person's got and you're not sure what theme to put on the card, things like this are really good, aren't they? Because they're sort of suitable for everyone, aren't they? And I love this one.
This is very cool.
And that's just been sort of paper pieced. You could maybe add some on with sort of 3D foam pads, so some are raised up, so you've got that dimension as well. I love the colours on that one. It's gorgeous. Cool. And then just a sentiment on the bottom there. Again,
I love that.
Yeah, so inked and then.
And I love the idea of having it cut like twice as well, having it cut twice, layering it up, because again that creates more of a crackled effect, so it's a really clever technique.
And the colours on there I really like as well.
It's quite fun, that one. This one's really nice.
Just look at that. That's lovely, using pattern papers to paper piece it as well, and then sort of use it a bit again at the top and bottom, and then that again shows you how you can make larger cards using it. And it's nice that it's been done. I mean, do you think it's that way, or which way do you think it's meant?
I think it's the other way because it's got the sentiment on it.
But then sometimes people put the sentiments sort of down the side, don't they?
I think it works in both directions though.
Yeah.
It's very, very
again
cute.
It shows you how you can use that in both. I love that one. Hannah's made that one, and then I think is this the one on the packaging?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Stace made this.
Just
it looks
use
so good, doesn't it?
matte and layering onto with that
nice swirl. It's a great place to have like your sentiments dead central on that, and then have that design coming through.
And I think this one's quite good for batch making, because if you die cut it from all the different colours, then on this one obviously that's the bright yellow, but on the other one you could have used the cream section that you've got spare.
So you can literally make that card 3 times over
if you've
with
used
just like one
And then
one
just
design.
you could even add different sentiments, couldn't you? Because that's gonna just cheerful, isn't it?
It's gonna work for all occasions. I love using it as apertures. This is a really clever idea.
This is gorgeous. So using your perfect poetry, isn't it? And your verses behind, colouring in your acetate and putting that on. So you've got that sort of
really clever.
rounded dimension on there as well. But again, just so many different ideas, and as I say, that is the lovely thing about your dies. This one
cool
from
well.
Donna. So again, sort of like your stepper card and using it in the background. Just gorgeous. So many different ideas, using all your different cardstocks, your different colours, your different patterns for these cards. So should we go over for a demo?
Let's
Are you
start,
ready?
shall we? We're going to use the crackle one first, and I've got some of our black, this is our mirri. Love black mirri, especially for things like this. And I'm just going to place this on the corner of my card. So I'm going in here like so, and then we're going to die cut this twice, because I'm going to show you how you can tile these. Now, the best ones to tile are this ones, and then the sort of like the big floral one. You could do it with the sunbeam, but because that has like a direction, it's a lot more difficult to sort of double up and sort of tile together, whereas this one and the floral one are great, because the way I'm going to show you, it works really, really easily. So just popping that on there.
But that sunbeam one on that card we showed, where she'd paper pieced it with some of the pattern papers and then done the borders at the top and the bottom in that same pattern paper, that shows you how you can sort of extend it and make,
So I'm going to pop some of these out. You don't need to pop all of them out before they run through the machine, but I'm just going to make sure they're all sort of released out of there. And look how easy
they're
pop
just
out.
dropping
it's
out,
great, isn't it? And then let's just get all of the bits out of here as well. Just give that a little bit of a shake, and then we want to make sure that it cuts perfectly both times. So if you just sort of manoeuvre that die around, they will drop out. And then I'm going to line this up. So I'm going to get really close onto the edge here, and I'm going to line up that piece, and then let's just fold that over. Oh, I think that moved. There we go. Fold that over onto there, and we're going to run it through again. Now, when you run this through now, it's going to make like a 6x8 panel, because they are 6x4 dies. So they're going to work perfectly on like larger cards. But that doesn't mean you can't then get into them to be able to make sort of like squares. Because obviously, depending on what you're going to use this with, and I'm going to use like a square little book page, you want to be able to have the different options. So let's pop that out of there now, and I'm just going to lift this
I suppose you could use your nesting dies, couldn't you? So even if you did a circle frame, you could put the circle frame on top of there and cut round it, couldn't you? So you've got
you can cut into it with all your different sizes, can't you? So I'm going to bring this back in now, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer. So let me grab that, and I'm going to cut this down. So I'm going to trim it this way first, because it doesn't necessarily matter what the other size is on the side, because we are going to come and trim that out. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up on here, and I'm just going to use my trimmer just to cut off these edges. So I'm going to go there, and then lining that up again. Just going to trim that piece off.
And the dies don't have an outside cutting line, do they? So you can die cut them into your paper.
Into cardstock, which is really cool.
And then have whatever size frame you want around it.
So now I'm going to take my knife, and I'm just going to go along the lines here where these panels come in. You can use your scissors to do this as well, but I'm just going to take out these edges, and because it's like a crackled effect, you are going to get a really cool like shape here when we move these out. I need a new one. I need a new cutting knife. Let's do that one there and there. And because we're going to bridge these, pop something over the centre anyway, when you see these sort of like larger, sort of more odder shapes, it's going to come together quite well. so it's not gonna, you're not gonna see those as much. So I'm gonna keep that one in because I think that looks fairly normal. And then there's just this one here, which I think if I just trim out from there, we're gonna get that last piece ready to go.
And that's good because they're not a uniform shape, are they? So you can just
because
cut
it's a crackled
into it
effect, it's really good because you can cut into it and make those really like bigger shapes. So the next bit is to pop this onto something. So I'm going to just flip this over. I'm just going to grab this piece here and I'm going to use my dotty tape runner. I'm just going to place this as much as possible on the lines here. So just going in with that, you want to make sure you're getting a lot of tape on these edges because those bits need to be stuck down on your panel, and then you can just move it over, bring it back in, go over more of those edges.
Do you think the dotty tape runner is the best thing for these?
Best thing for these, yeah. Or you could use your double-sided adhesive sheets, pop them on already, and then they're going to be acetate. Or if you've got some A4, some of the A5, what am I thinking about? If you've got some A5 stickables, there we go. Your gold and silver stickables are going to be really, really handy to use with these. So just going along there, just trying to use this paper really so I don't get stuff everywhere. And then let me bring in my acetate. So this piece of acetate is 6 by 7, and I'm just going to add a score in because this is going to be the front of my card. So I'm going to add that onto there. Now I'm not sticking it onto the base just yet because there's a next little step that I want to do, and then I just need to decide on whether I want my frame to be on the top and the bottom or that way. I think I'm going to go this way. I'm going to have to just snip this out as well because it's just, I think that's going to look so much better. So let's just grab this now, and you want to make sure that that is on the very edge of here, like so. And then it's lined up to the base there. So that is giving us a really cool effect. And then you can go in with your score tool, just fold that over. And then anything that you're sticking onto acetate with a dotty tape runner, just turn it over and really, really burnish that down because that's going to make sure that those aren't going to come out of place. So now we can stick this onto our card. So let's grab our other piece of Miri. So I've got a 6 by 6 Miri mat, and then I've got that crackled effect duo design paper that we launched. It's got the gorgeous balloons on it. So I'm going to pop this in between. So just using my tape runner to stick that down like so. That's going to go on there.
Looking at that, you could just use so many different things with it now, couldn't you? So many different collections, sentiments.
This is going to stick in the back, so that's going to give me a nice pink effect. And I've gone for this colour for a specific reason, and you'll see that in the next step. So let's just stick that on there, and then I'm going to bring in my topper for this card, which is going to be this gorgeous image from our stained glass little book, because when you pop that on there now, it just brings this all to life. Now I'm going to stick it on first because then I'm going to do a next step with this card to really bring this to life. Now you can do this step before or after. I'm going to do it after just because then it's going to save a little bit of time, but I'm just going to trim off these panels here. So I'm going to pull these off, sorry, not trim them off. So I've got this footy cut, so I can layer that onto here. That's going to stick on there. And then I can pop this onto my other Miri mat. So just giving it another little lift with that Miri. So that is going to fit on there like that.
So we've done the stained glass in the florals and Christmas, haven't we?
Yeah, so this would really work for both. So I'm going to stick it down with foam pads just because I think it's going to be a bit easier. No, do you know what I don't have, Jess? Oh, it's okay, they're here. I was going to use my strips and I don't have my strips with me. They're on my desk, my black strips. So I'm going to go in with my black foam pads. Obviously this is a white base, so it doesn't matter too much about the colour that we use in here. But I'm just going to go in with these elements. And then we are really going to finish off this card by going around some of these crackled edges that we're going to be able to see with our alcohol markers to really make the front of this card look like stained glass. So I'm going to pop this onto our card first of all. That is going to sit like that, and then we've just got these edges now to work with. So instead of being really overwhelmed with the fact that we have to colour in the whole of this card, now we've only got to do a little bit of the card. So what I'm going to do is just take my alcohol markers, and I've chosen the colours based on the colours that you can see in the background here. So we've got a little bit of purple, we have got blues, we've got pinks, there's almost like a teal green as well. So I'm just going to go around, and every sort of like other one, I'm going to use that one sort of shade of colour. And this is where I'm doing this quite speedily. So when you do this, you can obviously colour the whole thing in before you do the design. But because we've obviously got lots of demos to do today, and they take a little bit longer with your dyes, I want to show you that maybe if you don't have time, or maybe if you don't want to colour the whole thing in as well, this is a good idea for you. So just going along there with that. I think I'm also going to colour in this one because you can't really see that other one. And if you want to intensify the colour, I've chosen quite bright colours so it looks quite good, but colour on the front and then colour on the back of your acetate because it will really make it shine through then. So let's go in with our next colour, which is going to be this gorgeous sort of teal colour. This is the darkest of your turquoises that you can use. I
always think the darker colours do show up
so much better on your acetate, don't they? So let's just move this around here. And then I've got my sentiment to go on, of course. So I'm going to use some of our dyes to add that on. So let's just keep going with that. And I'm not going to colour all of them in either because I like the fact that you can still see that pink in the background.
That's one of the colours in the sort of the topper anyway, isn't it?
So let me grab. Is it going to open? What's that? 500. Do I have another 500? There's one there. That one is not opening. So let's go in now with this pink. Now, I did think it would be a little bit light. Let's see what this colour looks like. And it's a really good tip to have a little bit of acetate to test these out on. So before we started, I had these on my glass mat and I was just playing around with the colours to see which ones I wanted to use. So I'm kind of going in with 4 colours, but actually only using 3 alcohol markers here because I want you to see those 2 different tones of pink, because there is sort of like 2 different colours of the pink within your design. So let's go in and colour that piece in there. Do I want any more dark colours of pink? That is the question. I think I'm happy. I might just go in that bit there. And then maybe that piece there.
Totally, because the colours match the sort of the flower in the background, don't they? But then that sort of
it just elevates and brings it that sort of like stained glass look to it. So then let's do our sentiment. So I've got another a little piece of mirri. I'm going to use some of that crackle effect there as well. And I'm actually going to use my dyes. So I'm going in with this Elegant Sentiment Special Thoughts, and I'm going to use the Get Well Soon because I really like that one. And then which dye fits that one? Was it this one? No, it might be. this one. It's that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut my, I think I'm going to do it on the pink. So let me, this is what I wanted the mini machine for, but
yeah, rather than have to do it to them. They're such handy little dies though, aren't they, these? And stamp sentiment.
So you really don't need the big die cutting machine here. We don't know where the little Gemini's gone. But your little die cutting machines are perfect for this because you can just use them. So I'm just going to pop that out of there. And it's up to you whether you die cut first and stamp first. I like to do both actually. And because we're using the same image, the same pattern from our Duo Design paper pad, you do need to use like a permanent ink. So I'm going in with my Stays On. So just make sure that that is really, really coated well. And then we can line that up onto there. Stamp that. I always just like to peel it off when it stays on as well. Just give it a little second to sort of dry onto that cardstock. And then I am going to stick this, because you do get one die included in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that. Oh, I needed to wait for it to dry a little bit longer. It's okay though. I'm going to stick that on here. And then I'm going to use the shape that that die gave me to just do a little matte layer. So you could obviously cut it out twice and do like a shadow effect, but sometimes I want that double layer of colour. So we'll go around here, trim this off. And
I think it just ties it in, doesn't it, with the
having
top has got that background.
The fact that you've got a lot of that like black mirror already on the card, it just really helps with the effect. So yeah, top tip for if you're using your Stays On. Make sure it's dry, or just give it a blast with your heat gun before you sort of do anything else with it, because it does take a little minute to set on that sort of adorable scorable. And then I'm just going to pop it maybe at the bottom. Go in with another black foam pad. I'll pop that there, and then we'll go in with our Get Well Soon, stick that on there, and then there you go.
That is gorgeous.
You can make that fake stained glass effect, and then when you stand it up, it really comes to life with all the different colours that we've got on there.
Yeah, you can imagine that being on sort of a mantelpiece, can't you? And the sun shining through it as well.
And it also shows you that they may be rectangles, but that does not mean that you can't use these to make square cards.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would look nice done as a box with all the sides.
Yeah.
With like the battery
really
tea lights in and things as well.
I love
that. I love it coloured onto the acetate as well.
It's really fun effect.
Yeah, perfect. Lovely. Thank you. So
you're welcome.
One way that you can use these dies, you've seen the samples that we've shown as well, and we have got 2 more demonstrations for you. But first of all, let's have a recap of our Win It Weekly. So your prize were $59.96. This gorgeous Party Time Ultimate Collection. So you get the presents and the bow die set. You get the brilliant balloons. So you get 3 full die sets in here, don't you? The banner bunting, alphabet and your numbers. So you can see
loads included.
All of those.
I mean, there's like 45 in that set. For 42. Yeah.
And I always think
it's huge because you've got the letters and you've got the numbers too.
Yeah, so you can put birthdays on their dates as well. Maybe sort of the birth of a baby and put the date in on banners as well.
Cute.
And especially if you know names are spelt differently.
Yes, or like different names as well. There's lots you can do with that die.
Gorgeous. And then the last thing, you get our Moonstone Hunky Dory guide to die cutting as well. So lots of ideas in there that will help you with your die cutting. So to be in with a chance to win one of those prizes, what year was the first candy machine invented? Was it A, 1876? Was it B, 1887? Or was it C, 1901? Like, share, comment with your answer, and we will choose a winner. Is it on Friday?
Yeah.
On Friday. So next up, we've got some more dies for you. first up, we've got our Radiant Arches background panel. So this is $14.99, and you can see, I love the way they've done it there with the sort of the rainbow effect on there.
Another epic panel.
Just gorgeous. And you can see all you need is your sentiment. It's been die cut in white cardstock. You've got your background, and then just added your sentiment. And again, you can see there are large dies. And if you think about what Natalie did with that die in the first demonstration, think about how all of these could be done the same way. So that is your Radiant Arches background panel. We've got some samples to show you. You can see how it's been done on the sort of the darker shade of blue cardstock, and then backed onto that lighter shade. Just using your topper. Jane's made that one. And then again,
it looks good with the in different colours of mirror, doesn't it?
It does.
Really stands out.
You can see how the light shines on it, and then using your sort of your pattern papers in the background with your toppers. Gorgeous. So that is your Radiant Arches. We've also got the stylised stained glass. So this again will work similar to the way that Natalie did that demonstration as well. Again, they've been cut in the die cut in the black mirror on there with your inked background. Again, just the size of the metal you get
in these.
And again, you could trim parts of that away, couldn't you, like you did with yours, and sort of maybe you could even die cut an aperture into it as well. Just so many different ideas. So that is your stylised stained glass background, which looks perfect with our stained glass collections. This is from the Christmas.
Yes.
You can see how it's been done in the on mirror card there for the background. Just lots of ideas, whether you do inky backgrounds, you like your pattern papers, you know, die cutting from mirror, white cardstock, lots and lots of different ideas. We've also got our Moonstone combos. I love these. So these are our Elegant Sentiments. These ones are? Yeah. Oh. Is it this one? Yeah. There we go. And these are similar to the ones that Natalie used in the first demonstration.
Yeah, I really like these ones.
Yes. So you've got the die and then the stamps. So you do a bit of both, stamp first and then die cut?
It depends sort of what I'm doing or what paper I'm stamping on, but I'll do a bit of everything. I like the fact that you can use the stamps on their own as well.
Yes,
in this set. So if you do just want to stamp something somewhere, you absolutely can just use these stamps.
And I think they're just a nice size, aren't they? They're not going to be sort of the whole focal point of your card.
They're not going to overpower your card either.
But so you've got your birthday wishes on your special day, just for you, congratulations and let's celebrate. So you could use those, you know, especially the congratulations, let's celebrate for anniversaries, you know, weddings, all sorts. So that is your Elegant Sentiments. Is there another one of that? Yeah. And then this one is, again, your Elegant Sentiments. So that was your lovely wishes. And then this is your special thoughts. So you've got thank you so much, get well soon, thinking of you, yay, and love and hugs. Again, with the die and the stamp. Just perfect. If you've made your card and just want that small sentiment to put onto there.
They're a nice size for lots of different like shapes, aren't they, as well?
Yes, yeah. So they're $11.99 each, those ones, or two for $19.98. So saving £4 to get both of those together. And then we've got our, again, the Moonstone combos, just to say. So we've got Amazing, Because, and Hooray.
I love these two because
they're so good, aren't they?
The matte and layer die is separate, so you can do loads of really cool things with them. You can obviously use them together to make a whole matte layer.
Yeah.
But you can like cut them off your card, so you've got like a shaped card blank and stuff like that.
So that one on there has been, all 3 dies have been used to cut out that amazing completely. So you can see, and I love these because you think about how many, hence the name combos, how many combinations of sentiments you can actually put onto your cards as well.
I like the mix of typography that we always use in combos, because everyone's different, but you can often use the smaller stamps with other dies as well, and that makes more combinations.
And then even in there you've got sort of that little flower and the star there.
It's a very cute one, that.
Just to add to that. So that is your amazing. So you can see how that's been completely die cut out on that one. Then you've got your because, and you can see how just the top die cut has been used. So you can see it comes in 3 parts. If you just use the top outer line of it, it will cut into your card like that. So that is your because. And then lastly, we've got the hooray. I love the way that's been done. And then so it's been cut on both sides, and then that wording put into the middle. And again, I like the font on this one as well. Got hip hip, new job, best day ever, so happy for you. It's your birthday, your parents. That's a lovely one, isn't it? For today, woohoo. And those little hearts on there as well. So
such a good mix.
Just gorgeous. So they are any 2 for $14.98. I do like those.
They are very cool,
really
aren't they?
good. Let's have a look at, are these more samples from the, oh yeah. So you can see on that one, we've used a bit.
Love this.
This is gorgeous, isn't it?
I love
So you've got that
this.
amazing, the dyed set that we've just shown you, but then that background as well.
So cool.
So Hannah's made this one.
This has definitely inspired my next demo, by the way.
Oh, has
This
it?
is
Okay.
so cool.
I love the centre bit as well, that she's, the sequins as well. Just gorgeous.
Awesome.
You can see how that's been done. And again, oh, I like this one. So cutting an aperture into the front of your card, but then when it's stood, you can see it standing like that. I think Anne-Marie did a similar demonstration of Hobby Maker, but as a box.
As a box, it looks really cool. That,
so
didn't it?
using this on the lid of a box and then putting the image underneath that. Just gorgeous with that one. One that's been done cut into the craft card, and that's where you can see that you don't get the outline die to cut it, so you can have your borders any width. So just using the that's like the perfect poetry in the verses pads, isn't it? That sentiment as well.
Just cut into it. It looks really good.
Just beautiful. Wow, look at this one. Who's made this one? By Alison. And just using, so you've got that on the first part. Just love all the colours on those as well. Again, being paper pieced. Oh, this is a clever idea.
Oh, I like that. Using it as a stencil.
How good is that?
That's a cool idea.
And I love the inking on that.
That's a very cool idea.
That's been done by Debbie. I love that one. Again, it's just so many different ideas. I just love seeing.
Because of course, if you've got your Mylar sheets as well, you could make physical stencils you can use time and time again, because you can cut into that Mylar and then it's a stencil that you can use over and over again.
Oh, we'll have to try that as well, yeah. And again, it shows how you can use it on your circle cards as well. Just gorgeous. So that is your beautiful background panels. All 3 you will get for £36.97. Oh, I love them.
They're so cool, aren't they?
They are.
Right, so let's do this next one. And I'm going to use a technique from the pad that you can win today, the book. So I've got a sheet of black stamping card and I've got a sheet of our incredible watercolor card. And I'm going to pop these on top of each other. And then I'm going to grab my die and I'm going to place this centrally where I want it to be. So I've cut the cardstock already down to 6x4, so it's the size that I need it to be, and then I'm just going to wrap my tape around there You see if I've got some more. And then I'm just going to do it at the top as well so it doesn't move out of place, because this is going to be our card blank. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut the first layer, and then the second layer is going to emboss all of the detail onto it. So if I grab my plates, and the best way to do this is to not use your metal sheet, because you don't want so much pressure that it's going to cut through both layers. So I'm just going to use it in this way. Not using my metal sheet means that it might not cut first time on that first layer, but that's okay because you can move it around. You can obviously go in one way with your die, and then let's check it if it hasn't cut, which it definitely has. If it hadn't have cut, I could have then turned it the other way around and put it in with my die as well, but that's definitely done the job. So let's pop this out now. And I'm just going to take off my tape really, really carefully, because I do want to be able to use all of these pieces. And then if I remove this from the bottom there, just pull this away, and then you are left with your die piece, which is cut out perfectly. This is also a really cool technique for if you're wanting to do paper piecing, because you will see that this actually holds the design really nicely. And then if we are really, really careful, I'm just going to pop this out of here, and then what I can do is I can just pop off all of these designs. And now instead of this being cut, and because we've used the black stamping card as well, you can actually see where the black stamping card has gone into the white, so it's quite nice because it's giving you a really cool effect. So just popping them off, and now we've got a panel that is embossed with that design on, and even more so because, like I said, we've used that black stamping card over the top, so you can really see the detail now. And this is what I think I'm going to use. I was potentially going to put the black back on top, but I don't think I want to. I think I might just keep it really white. We'll see how we get on, because that is going to help with kind of like tidying up the next step of this card. So for the next bit, we're going to use our watercolor pens, and as you can see, I've started to get a lot of colors out. We've got 23 sections, I think, in here. So I'm going to go in and we're just going to add lots of different colors onto this. So we're going to do like a nice little rainbow going the whole way around the card. So I'm going to start off here, and I am just going to add lots of that color onto this panel, and then we're just going to go around and we're going to do the same, and we're going to just add it to the very sort of top end here. So you can see with the variety of shades and colours that we have in our watercolour pencils, sort of how successful this sort of technique is going to be within your colouring. I was hoping I had another really pale yellow shade. Let's go in with this one. It's a little bit too light really for what I want to do, but I can just go over the top ever so slightly with the lighter colour. I've not got all my shades of colour in here, and then I'm going to go around here with this. I would maybe work it out and try and get like 3 of each shade, and then see how you get on with it, because then you're really going to be able to do like a gorgeous mix. This one's very, very light.
What's that, the blue one?
It's like a turquoise colour. What other colours have I got in this section? Let's try it on there. I've pushed it out a little bit more. I might even go in with my turquoise again on this one, just because of how sort of light that colour is. How thin that section is, sorry. And then I'm going to go in with this blue, and then we're going to do a really light blue, and then I'm going to mix into, so I've used all of those ones, put them to one side. I'm going to grab my purples and my pinks. Let me just pop that open. So I'm going to go into maybe like this blue here, which is a little bit more purpley, and then I can go into this purple, and then we can add our darker shades of purple, like those really nice plummy colours. Then I'm going to do this one, I think, because that's more pinky. So I'm not being particular in any way. And then let's go to our pinkiest, purpliest pink. And on these ones as well, because they're a bit longer, you can obviously stretch out that colour, because you will want it to travel a bit more. Once we've gone and done the first lot of watercolouring though, we can come back and like increase any areas if we want to. And then don't want to go to that one just yet, I don't think. This pink next, which is quite similar to that purple. And then I'm going to go in with this pink.
It's just perfect, isn't it, though, this dye
Yeah.
for a rainbow effect.
I'm going to do this one here. And then there's a really nice cherry colour, which I can add to there, which is an even darker red than what we've got
perfect,
here.
yeah.
There's one more pink that I want to add in, I think. Let me go in. What's this one? Is that this one? Definitely, let's do a mix, because we can do that with these colours. We can just add a different sort of shade into that. So let's get our watercolour brush now, and you want to have like some, can you just pass me some of that blue roll, Amy?
Yeah.
Because I don't want my colours to mix when I'm doing this. So I'm going to start off with the sort of lighter shades first. So just use, thank you. Just going to have start with my red and just push this colour out onto here. And I love the effect you get. And then I'm going to go into the darker red. So start off with your lightest colour and then go around. And then this is where, if you want to add that panel back in, it's going to look really good because you're going to be able to see it. But you're creating like a gorgeous like colour wheel almost, with like the different tones and textures that we've got going on. It's a really fun way.
That is gorgeous,
of
yeah.
using this card, and you can see how good it looks on that finished sample that Hannah did as well. It's incredible. So just push in these colours out. Obviously the lighter colours are going to look a lot lighter on that edge, so let's go in with our orange next. Just pushing out that colour and really mixing it together. The yellow as well. On your lighter colours you can tend to just like push it out and then go a bit more in and just drag the lighter shade, so you still get quite a lot of pigment on those sections. So just push it out from the sort of like middle and then just drag out those edges a bit more. With your darker shades the colour seems to travel a lot better, so in that case you do kind of want to go a lot closer to the edge, but you don't with the lighter colours. It works better sort of just adding that ink sort of on that top section.
You say you'd use watercolour cardstock
Yeah, watercolour
for this,
cardstock with your pens. The best sort of to use with your watercolour pens. It just helps you drag out those colours, keeping that blue on there.
And this sort of card would be appropriate for lots of occasions, wouldn't it?
I think so.
Thinking of you or birthdays.
I think it's a great birthday card, and also a great card for any gender as well, because you know you've not specifically done it very pink. Like rainbows work for everything, don't they? So a great card that you could use for so many occasions. So just dragging those colours out. Obviously this one, when you get further down to the parts where you've got more watercolour to sort of bring through, this is where on some of the colours, especially those lighter colours, you might want to go back in once this has dried over and add in even more. So let's go add like more pigment to the top section. So let's just carry that through, and remember you can, and I probably am going to just pop that black back over. So let's drag that colour out because it's just going to make the finish of the card a lot nicer.
Be nice in mirror as well, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know the
rainbow
mirror.
But if you are someone who loves to work with like colour in your cards, this is a great sort of way of using this die. I really, really like this die. You can also do this technique in like paper piece all of the panels back together. You can do that for sure. Just going to go in and add a teensy bit of this pink here.
Even if you didn't do a rainbow, you could sort of pick three colours, couldn't you?
and
then
go
just keep
yeah.
repeating them. Yeah, as you
I
go
love
around.
the watercolour effect this is giving you though. It's so pretty. And again, if you don't want to add this layer back in, I'm going to put it back in to show you how much more effective it is. But if you don't want to, you don't have to add this layer in. You could literally just keep it off, and you've got that really nice mix of colours. It works both ways really nicely, doesn't it? So let's pop this on. I'm going to go in with my tape runner again. So I always just like to have a bit of like card, or do you know what I found out works really well recently is the backing. Let's use this one. If you use like the backing of a foam pad.
Oh, okay. I always like something underneath it. Yeah.
Your tape runner doesn't stick onto this. I'm not sure why. So then you don't have, like before when I did that first one, you've got to peel it off.
Yeah.
But if you've got like a big backing from a foam pad, just keep it in your stash for when you're doing this. It's a really cool, I don't know why I did it the other day, but I realised that it works.
Those happy accidents, isn't it? Yeah, didn't plan
and
something.
Then there's no sort of like residue on there, but all your sticky tape is on here.
So you can just keep reusing that back, yeah.
It's really cool. So then we're going to line it back up with our die.
I feel like these are really good for batch making as well. I know they take a bit of time, but if you're making cards to sell, all you're using really is your cards, you know, bits of card stock, isn't it? So you're going to be able to make more, you know, lots of them of the same.
I love how this is coming together though. It's so cool. And then for my sentiment, I was going to use this birthday wishes. I was hoping that it would fit quite nicely within here so that I didn't need to like layer it up, so it fit like perfectly in the center. I know your yay definitely would from the other one, and the love and hugs actually.
Would that on your special day one as well on that?
Oh yeah, let's use that. And again, I'm just going to use the ink that we've got in here, which is your stays on, but any of your inks would work with this watercolour card. Your Versamark. Let's pop that. There. So dead central in there. I do love a card as well that doesn't have mirror on it. I am partial to a really nice clean card, and I think your black stamping card allows you to sort of like bring your cards to life a little bit more. And then I was thinking of doing it really big on like a big piece of 5x7. So let's go in with our foam pads just to give it more height and dimension. I'm just going to pop that on a 5x7 because I think that white space is really going to just bring this card together. So a few more, fill out all those gaps, and then we can take these off, pop it on, and we're done. So you can bring this in with collections. We can use them on acetate. But if you want to be really nice and use your colours, you could have ombre something here as well. Like you said, you could do like yellows all the way through to like your oranges and then your reds and sort of come out from that starburst. But if you want to just use like alternate colours, you could do like teals and pinks and purples. There's loads of different colour combinations that work so nicely with this dye, but I love this.
I absolutely love that.
Watercolor
I mean, you could send that
so
to
cool.
anybody, couldn't
Anyone.
you?
Anyone.
Anybody would be happy to receive that.
It's really nice. And if you
I
do
do
want
love that
it to be
watercolour.
more vibrant, because the card that Hannah made was really, really a lot more vibrant, then you can sort of go around once with all your colours, let it dry, and then go back in with your colours and like build up that watercolour effect even more. But it's really cool. I love the card that Hannah
So that
made
is
though.
the other one we were talking about there.
It's really nice.
Just gorgeous. You can see just how well they work with your pens as well and your watercolours. Just gorgeous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sure people are, already thinking about how they can use them and trialing ideas. I know we do, don't we?
All the time.
We see those. So don't forget as well, before we move on to the next part, we've got a prize rollover worth over £500.
£500.
Oh my gosh. Let's have a look.
All this year's Christmas, which is incredible.
It's like new stock, isn't
New
it?
stuff.
You've got your tools in there, your masks, your perfect poetry, adorable scoreable.
It's such a
Little
cool
books.
prize.
That is absolutely over £500 of prizes. Imagine that, like the postman knocking on your door, delivering that.
You would be
Such a good day.
ecstatic.
So all you need to do is place an order with us during our birthday celebrations this week, and it is a prize draw. All you need to do is place an order, and one lucky person will receive that prize rollover worth over £500.
An incredible prize.
That is, isn't it? That would take a reorganisation of all your crafts.
Oh yeah.
And sort of
you would need to make sure you had
find
space.
places for it all. But I do love doing that. So next up on the show, we've got these essential book of bigger sentiments. So these are going to work perfectly with those backgrounds.
Definitely will.
So $14.99, you get a whopping 320 different die cut sentiments. But if you think about it, like these ones are circles that you could put into that one there that we had, the hearts. So you've got your gold and silver foiling, and you've got 20 different colours in here. So whichever card you're making, you're going to be able to find a sentiment in here. And I just love the fact you've even got sort of images on there, so sort of the balloons as well, the cake on the bottom there.
Little graduation hat, super cute.
Just gorgeous. Again, every occasion, every page is full. So you pass, so proud of you. You could also use that with that celebrate one, so using more than one on your cards as well. But these are going to work perfectly with those background panels as well. Whether using your watercolours or, your pattern papers, your adorable scoreable. Just perfect. So $14.99 or $13.49 if you are a Diamond Club member. We've also got, these are the envelopes. I love these. I've not used them yet.
Have you not?
No?
They're so much fun.
The Foiled Edge Brights card blanks. We've got a megabyte at $19.99. So 36 card blanks in 6 different foiled colours and in 6 sizes. So you've got your A5, your 7x5, your DL, your A6, your 6x6 and your 5x5. So we put them that way. So you can see all those colours that you get. I'm trying to show. Just caught the light then. So you've got the green, haven't you? The red, the holographic, the blue, purple. Just all of those. And I think if you're sending cards in the post and you don't want a lot of layers on your cards, these are just perfect because the first layer is sort of done for you, isn't it? And you've already got that there. Just perfect. So that is 36 of your card blanks, just $19.99 or $17.99 if you are in our Diamond Club. And then just to recap on our main product from the show, is the Beautiful Background Panels. So you're getting all three. You've got the crackled, the kaleidoscope and the sunbeams. So again, and that was the one that Natalie used in her last demonstration. Perfect sizes for your 6x4 cards and larger. So £36.97, you're saving £8 getting all three. There is your crackle background. You can see example of how it's used on the packaging as well.
I love how it's used twice on the packaging too. Like it shows you how you can layer it up and create a lot of depth in that card. It's really cool.
Gorgeous. And it looks so effective, doesn't it, on the sort of with the black
in the background.
laid onto the black background. And then lastly, your kaleidoscope background used with your inks as well.
Do you like that one as well?
Every time you look at one, you think, I'm
like
going to use
that
that.
one.
Yeah,
I
and then
like that
before you
one.
know
Oh,
it,
that's cool.
you said we like all of them. So that is your kaleidoscope look. Let's just have a few more of the samples that we got, because I think that's always nice, isn't it, to look at how people have used them, because they can be used in so many different ways. So Debbie has made this one here. Reminds me of like a football card.
It does
Doesn't
almost,
it?
yeah.
Really nice. So again, paper piecing those in. Oh, this is a clever way of using it. Debbie's done this one as well. So you've got the a shaker card, but then some of these panel elements have been sort of stuck on, so it looks like it's sort of
Looks like it's
broken, doesn't it, and dropping down.
It's very clever.
Just gorgeous. It's one of those products that you give to sort of a number of different people, and everyone will do something really different with it.
Things.
And look at this one.
Oh, that's cool.
This is so good, isn't it? So that's using the sentiment from that
Book.
the Essential Book of Bigger Sentiments, that one there.
And then using loads of different variations of
Duo
paper
design,
pads.
isn't it, that one?
Really cool though.
And
But just shows how well you can use that die to make like really masculine themed
Yeah,
cards.
and I like the way it's been used sort of
on its side.
its side,
it's
yeah.
nice, that, isn't it?
And then
you can use them so many different ways.
Open it up, you can see. But what a brilliant masculine card as well, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Love that one. That was made by Donna. Oh, this is a lovely way of using it as well. This is Kirsty. So rather than using the whole panel, she's fussy cutting
it
and sort of created her own background with it.
It's very cool doing this.
That's a clever idea. Again, using one of those sentiments as well in the middle.
Looks really nice with the shimmer card too. Like that little different extra touch. Beautiful.
It's just really nice to create your own backgrounds, isn't it? Sort of, and trying to use them in a different way. Love that one. That's Kirsty. Another one similar to the sort of the rainbow one.
Really nice. Is that inked?
Prism watercolor pencils.
Ooh, it gives it a really cool effect. It's like the strokes that you can see.
Yeah, and
on
then it feels like it's. I'm just reading the back because the instructions are on it. Feels like it's been
heat embossed, or actually embossed.
Embossed.
Oh yeah, it's got the dotty
Yeah, so
embossing
it's got
folder
sort
on
of
it.
a small dot, don't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see it from there. So the panels have actually been embossed as well. That's such another way, isn't it, to bring even more of your sort of
even more texture and
supplies
designs into it as well.
So run it
Like
through
that.
your embossing folder as well. That's Donna. Love that.
This is very cool. I would
Look
have.
at this one. So are you using this one next?
I am using this one. Yeah, I'm excited for this one actually.
So again, just snip into it.
Yeah.
When you receive them, die cut them out of sort of scraps of your cardstock, and then just play with them, cut them, trim into them.
See what you can do.
Place them on sort of different backgrounds to see how they look as well. But just love that one from Kirsty. Thank you to everyone who's made the cards. They're so lovely, and it just really does showcase how well the dies work and how you can use them.
So let's get on with this one. I am going to use that gorgeous like flower design, and I'm going to cut into it. So I want to cut this out a number of times. I've got Matastic here. I've got our sandstone. I've got the I think this is a blush pink, and then I've got the really nice like sea green colour. So we are going to cut into these. The only one that needs to be particular is your green, because that one we're going to use whole. But the rest of them I'm going to cut out. So I'm cutting out of 2 lots of Mactastic. So I am going to use my metal sheet because I want to make sure that that all sort of like, that everything gets cut out this time. Like last time I didn't want it to, but this time I do. Let's see if we can reverse it as well. No.
And again, I think when you get dies, is to play with them with your die cutting machine, because different die cutting machines have different plates,
test
isn't
your
it?
die
Test
cutting
how they
machine,
work.
see how well everything works together, because that one has cut really well on that first one, but not really on the second one. So let's just push it through again, and I'll
sometimes
turn
you
it.
just need to rotate them, don't you, and then put them through
I am
again.
trying to do something quite silly here, because if I just cut them all separately 4 times, it would probably take me the same amount of time.
Where's the fun in that?
I'm just trying to save time by wasting more. Yeah, so let's pull that out. I'm just going to leave. Oh, I've really stuck that low tack tape on there now as well, because it's pulling all of
it's
the
low tack
top
tape
off.
until it goes through the die cutting machine, isn't it? And then it...
Let's just try and save that while we can, because like I said, I don't need the whole of this. I am cutting into it, so I will be able to use that one's fine for where I need to cut. So let's knock all of this out. I'm going to just pop these bits off of here, and then let's see if I can line it up. Definitely wasted more time doing this. I've already decided. So I can pop this now on here, and what you can do you know what, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to recut some more cardstock. So this one I want to have just cut out normally, so let's do that. So I'm cutting out a number of different times because I'm going to fussy cut pieces and then create like little elements from them. So I'm going to take another piece of this. So you want 4 fully cut out altogether. And it doesn't matter if they're the right size, if you've cut into a number of different, a full A4 sheet and then you've sort of moved it out. That's 2. No, it's not, because that one didn't cut. So that's 2 pink. You want 2 pinks. I'm going to do 1 white. And then the green you want to be stuck down and cut out perfectly, because that we aren't going to do any fussy cutting with. So there's another one. So let's just grab all of these bits out.
You see how easy though, they just
fall away,
out, don't they? Yeah.
And you do kind of get a really cool flower shape in this die, and that's what we're going to try and like recreate with this. So again, just get all of those bits out. Does it come out? Yeah. And I am just going to grab this sheet here, and then this one I want to be perfect, so I'm going to make sure that my tape is exactly where I want it to be.
I love this colour combination.
Thanks. I wanted like a really like quite girly but quite not overly like soft colourways. Yeah. And I always love a teal and a pink together. They are my favourite colours. So let's pop these out now. So I've got 2 of my pinks. I'm going to use another sheet of this sandstone as well, because that's going to be my background. And then this is going to be my main one. So being really careful that my low tack tape doesn't rip this. There we go. And then it just falls away. It comes out of here so easily. I'm not even having to use my pokey tool. You can just sort of...
Yeah, the pieces are just large enough, aren't they, that you can just...
It's
yeah.
so good. So we do want this full sheet to be clear. So that is going to come out of there. And then I'm going to stick this down onto here. So my little technique again of my big this is actually one of our foam sheets, the really big foam sheets. So it gives you like the full A4 effect. So anything like this, you could probably use like a wallet as well. Do you know, like a Polly Pocket wallet?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's got like a shiny surface on it. So
Yeah.
it's just not going to stick to the shiny surface. But a nice little top tip that I've learnt this week to share with you all. That is going to fit on here. Now this is a little bit bigger than it needs to be on the sides. So I'm going to utilise that and have that coming out. So that's our first layer. Then my second layer, I am going to do the flower design that we've got in here. So I'm just going to snip, and I love the fact that Stacey creates these dies that to give you the ability to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to snip that out. And you can obviously cut out any of the bits and pieces that you don't want on the insides of your flowers if you want to keep them quite neat. So
I can see hearts in it as well.
Hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the big loopy ones there.
Yeah.
I've never actually thought about that. It's a very cool design. So just take your time cutting these out, because you don't want to cut where you don't want to and then regret it. So I'm cutting her along that first layer first, and then I'll go back and just cut these out. Now I've got 2 of these because I want to create quite a lot of dimension on this card. So I'm actually going to layer them on top of each other for this one. Oh, so let's pop that off there. That one on there. I'm being so careful because I know what I'm like and I'll cut the wrong bit off.
I'd do that, yeah.
So that is my first of my flowers. And then I'm going to cut another one. So I've got that ready to go. So let's just trim. See if we can do it. Now I know where I need to cut it. Let's see if I can do each panel at the same time. So just go in and around these sections. I'm going to cut that out.
Don't forget, people are getting 200 bonus points as well if they buy these.
What would you be spending those bonus points on if you were buying these as well? I think I would have to get essentials for using these dies. I'd go for my double-sided adhesive sheets.
Yeah, dotty tape runners.
Dotty tape runners,
yeah,
definitely. I'd even like some like shimmer card or sequins for your shakers, because these are going to make great shakers as well. We've not even touched on that bit yet.
And if you're going to do shakers, then you know your thin strip foam pads.
Yes.
To do those with as well.
If you're using, if you're going to sort of lay these on with black card as well, you new black strips launched yesterday. So you can grab them. So this is the second of my flowers, because I want to create a really nice 3-dimensional look with this now. So I'm going to pop one where it's supposed to go, and then I'm going to have the other one on top, like layered up, and then for the middle section I can just trim around this, because I know that is just going to pop out. You've kind of got like a middle of a flower, so I'm just pulling that section out now, and then you can just go in and just tidy up your edges if you've got any little overhangs that you don't want. So let's go in with foam pads, and I'm actually just going to bring these leaves really nice and up on here. So just curving this around with my fingers.
I don't know why, it must be the colours. It reminded me of like a lily pad then.
Oh, that's cute. I'm not going to go as curved with the bottom one because I want that to sit really nicely. But then let's go in with, don't want 2 mil strips. You can just cut this into, I should have done that the other way around. Cut this into little strips or little squares. We did talk about this yesterday with Anne-Marie. We have tiny little squares and we don't use them, but we definitely need to grab some.
I know. I don't either. I cut down the larger ones.
Cut down the larger ones, but we actually have them around and available for us, so we should use them. So that's the first one, and then the second one, I'm going to offset so it's coming along the other side here. So it's starting to look like a really large big flower now. And then my middle section, of course, is going to be the white one. So we're bringing that other colour back in. And I think for the white one, I'm just going to go in with my tape runner because I've got a lot of dimension on there now. So just popping that back in and having that sort of at the same level, on the same sort of side as that second one is really going to make that flower sort of come to life a bit more. And then pearl gemstones are going to be your favourite best friend here, and I'm going to use a mix of the fruit pastel one because the pink's going to really work with the colour selection I've gone for, and some of the white ones as well. So let's just go in and add this to the middle because that's really going to make it stand out as a flower now. And then with our little white ones, I can just scatter those along the background. Ooh. So we can just pop these across here. Now for my sentiment, I'm thinking of using the Essential Book of Sentiments. So I'm going to bring in another colour because I'm going to bring in my white and I'm going to bring in like silver. So just adding these along my background is really going to make this card pop out even more. And obviously it's your choice of how many you use, how many you don't use. But when you've got so many gemstones included on your strips, just go for it. You could add a mix of the pinks as well, different colours if you don't want to use all the same colours. Just going to leave that there, but I'm going to move this one over. Oh, I'm not. To here, I think. And then I'll pop that one onto that bit. So we've got a really cool like floral element going on now. I want to have, I'm hoping, I've got 6x6 in here, and then that is going to lay on there. So let's just get that size right. And what we can do with, oh, that panel's popped out. Have I got that piece anywhere? Is it this one? Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? I was like, can I put this piece back in? I could, but I don't know which piece it is. I need that piece, but on the other side. I'm not going to be able to find it now. This is the jigsaw you didn't want to be doing today. That's on the other side again? Is it over here? Oh no. I was going to. Let's see if I can pop any of these side pieces out. Might just need an extra bit of a push. If I can get these side bits to pop out. Is that going to be enough?
Oh, that looks nice.
Don't know whether to do this and like have that over the top or whether to just go in with my pink, and I think that's going to be my option. So I'll trim this down. You want it to be a little bit shorter than your 6x6, so I'm going to do it at let's go for 3 notches under, and then you can just test it, make sure that you're happy, and then I'm just going to cut that in half. Cut that in half, and then this needs to come down a little bit on each side. So I'm just going to trim to the top and the bottom again. So just removing that panel. I just have to go a bit shorter. This is why you should test things and not craft on the go, because you always end up in sticky situations.
No, crafting on the go is good.
It worked out in the end. So let's pop these panels on.
I always think sometimes that's when you get your best ideas.
Yeah.
When you keep trialing things and trying things out.
If you had a whole sheet of this as well, you could just pop the whole sheet on top. So let's make sure that that fits on there now. It's still a little bit bigger, which I like, because it's like coming off the side, so it's bringing your eyes to look at a different direction. And then let's go in with our 2mm foam pads. So I'm making this really stand off the middle of our card. So 2mm strips, extra thickness for that. Let's pop this down. Ooh. And you could bring in any colour here as well when you've added that on. Any colour of like your foam. Your foiled edge card blanks. Can't craft and speak at the same time. This is looking really cute now. And then, do we have...
It's gorgeous.
One of those. Let's go in with this one. I think this is this year's. Your Matastic Sentiments. There's so many colours that could match that aren't even used in the card as well. But let's go with...
That looks nice.
This one, I think. Do we want Home Sweet Home or Anniversary Wishes? Because I think it's quite a cute anniversary card as well. This has got the little flower design on there. So I think I'm going to go with that. Let's pop this on here and we will be finished. So 3 completely different ways of being able to use these dies in your card making. There you go.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, look how much dimension is coming off it. It's really clever.
That would definitely need a box, wouldn't it? To really...
I think so. You might be able to
and
squish
then,
it down.
Yeah.
I've definitely overkilled those.
No, I think that's good.
But it's really
That is
cute.
Gorgeous.
There you go.
Just 3 lovely ways, isn't it, of how you can use the
completely
dies.
different as well. Like using different products, like a paper craft kit.
Yeah.
Using just your Matastics, and then utilising like colours as well, because there's so many different cards that you can create when you get your colours out, or when you use your acetate and you create like stained glass looks. They're really, really cool dies.
And it's nice, go back, watch the shows. If you buy them on our website, if you look underneath the photo, there's card examples, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Of how they've been used as well. So have a look at that for more inspiration as well. Thank you, Natalie.
You're very
I
welcome.
loved all of those. Thank you. So next up then, TV schedule. Natalie, you are at Hobby Maker tomorrow.
I know, no rest for the wicked, eh? I don't know what I keep doing to be punished this much.
Well,
I'm joking.
Keeping busy.
Keeping busy, keeping out of trouble. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So you'll be there 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. with our new Whimsical World.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
I am excited for those shows.
They will be really good.
I hope so.
I did love that. And the card samples are great. And then at 4 p.m. with a Fabhesive show.
Fabhesives hour.
Oh.
We love an adhesives hour. So yeah, we've thrown that one in. And yeah, just come, get all your adhesives. We're going to have some crazy prices. We always do. Everything's going to be stocked up, so it's going to be fun.
That's what we like. So Hobby Maker tomorrow, 2, 4 and 7 with Natalie. Coming up next on Hunky Dory TV, you're in for a whopper of a launch tomorrow.
What could that be?
We wonder. Tune in for 3 new pads with Dan and Anne-Marie with 3 completely different themes. Oh, exciting. You won't want to miss it. So we hope you all have a lovely day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow.